right, welcome back everyone for another Sunday session. I'm Mr. Trades. Hopefully you guys are ready for another week that coming at you, and had a great week last week. I know it's been pretty slow. Things are not ideal for the market, but you have to understand this is the great time to learn, and it's all about adaptability. The best way that you can really achieve something out of the market is just staying at it, stay consistent, do your best, as much as whatever profit that you can make. You probably don't have the average, or if you have the average profit and it's not gonna meet your profit, but you still make some money, you should be so happy, because a lot of people lose their money, but you still are making money. And if you lose, if you're on the other side, there's nothing wrong to just step back, don't trade, paper trade, learn. I always tell my students, everyone, if you having struggled to find your edge, find your strategy, just sit back, paper trade, and that way you can test your strategy and finally execute it with your real account. So keep that in mind. It is very it's very zombie out there. There's nothing going on. There's no action that we like, especially in the penny stock area. It's just the way it is. It's a cycle. You have to understand this is the cycle. And if you cannot really, adapt yourself with the cycle and don't understand how the cycle works, you will never become a full-time trader or really successful in it. The only way that you can really be good at it is just, and being in this game is just, build that discipline by, focusing on one or two areas, executing based on the market condition, based on your edge, based on your plan, and these are the stuff that you should always do. The beautiful thing about being an experienced trader is just I've been through all of these cycles. I've been through all the education part, and I do really encourage myself and everyone, like, just focus on one thing that it really, you can master it to a certain level. So if you be scatter, and if you be all over the place, you're really not gonna achieve anything. You're really not gonna get any outcome. So that's very important. Keep that in mind. Without further ado, let's get into our watch list this week. Watch list, it's gonna be small this week as expected, because things are slow. I do not really expect our back pockets or old runners are really do something, because they're bunch of really illiquid stocks that has been running on pump and dumped very quickly on small catalysts that doesn't really matter. So traders are having a struggle still from that. Chaos happened to ILAG that actually really hurt the market in a way. I can explain to you guys what I mean by that. It's more when most of the education, like more experienced trader, especially in the short side of the trade, they have more buying power. They have more experience to really make trades every single days. And when they made mistakes with something that it's already planned, pretty much you can see that the slowness could be from them as well. Not necessarily means it really depends on them, but you can understand, you can see that it's more illiquid now than 2-3 weeks ago, because the market was like shifting toward going to this last quarter, the first week of the October. We had really some good runners, better than September, and after ILAC happened, things kind of go back to beginning of the September. So it really understandable to see, notice that, why some of the stuff happened, because a lot of people really liquidated their account because of the ILAC situation. I mean, a lot of money just wiped out. That when that comes to a play, you should just consider not over trading, not really sitting down and just looking at the chart, looking at your level 2, or if you don't have a level 2, just looking at everywhere that shows you signs of action. You can see some action. It's not ideal. However, we do participate. I always encourage you, participate every single day. Doesn't matter. You should just not looking at it, because every single day, if you participate, if you learn, if you're a beginner, if this is your first year, or if this is your first year of profession, but in the past you trade and you saw a different cycle, this time can really helps you to understand the cycle better. You can see how we shifted from summer to the fall now, and then we're going to the Christmas time. Based on my experience and the cycles that I've seen, summer relatively is the slowest time. You don't see too much of activity, and that is what we see. But fall and winter, it's more more of an action, and slowly going towards this spring, we see a lot of action based on the cycle. But you got to keep that in mind. We're in this recession. We are in the recession. Lots of people lacking cash. Lots of people in debt. There's a debt issue. There's a Fed raising interest rates every single time. So it's all combined together. You have to have an overall picture, and then look at your area and see what you can do for yourself. So our area, which is penny stocks, always have activity. No matter what Fed says, what happened to the interest rate, what happened to if it's a recession or depression, because there's always a pump and dump, and we are day trading. We catch the move, we bail the move, or on the other side. That's how you should just have that mentality. Don't let that overall market, which is really combined with investor mindset, don't let that to get into you and discourage you of just at least participating and learning from day trading, understanding day trading. There's nothing else better than day trading that you can really by just few clicks making a doctor money, making a doctor salary. That's the case in the financial market. So if you can get into that level, you're good for your life. And if you can keep that consistent, if you learn how to become consistent, that's when you can realize that, oh, this is your game. Anyway, let's get to our watch list. Before we start, I'm gonna show you guys the SPY kind of like overall market that's going. It closed really strong yesterday. I do look at the SPY while I'm trading other stuff. Why? Because the SPY gives me an idea of what is going on with the market action, where the liquidities coming, when they are coming, when they're taking out. Because if you look at the SPY and understand what exactly moves, the majority of large cap stuff are rely on SPY. but not really penny stocks, an area that we trading. But you could see that when the liquidity pulls out from SPY in a certain time frame, a lot of like if there's a catalyst came out and something going on and SPY drops, for example, you can see that the liquidity just doing a transition. Based on that, you also have some sort of idea of what would happen next to the penny. So that's why I have the SPY chart next to me all the time. I mean, if I'm trading something on under $10 small cap, that doesn't mean that I'm gonna exit the position because SPY drops. It really not that correlated or connected to each other. But when some major news coming out or something really bad or good happened, it really reflects. But it's always late for small caps. That's really good if you're behind, if you're early, and you see that kind of action happening. You kind of prepare yourself. You if you're a big size and if there's a bad news coming in, you manage your position better. You have your risk management better. So that's why it's better to always have that SPY on your watch list. I mean on your screener. So SPY had a green close last Friday, as expected, and we placed so many, just a lot of action on in the past. I set up a watch list for you guys. It's gonna be sent out to your email, and I also posted in the channel, so you can have that as well. But let's just start with our last week first round. I mean, this was a previous round that we had. IMUX was really on Sunday last week. I mentioned this really cannot reach to more level after 12, but my prediction kind of was towards 1263, which I had it here, if it's gonna hit, which unfortunately really couldn't really go that far. And for me, it was an idea just to have it, but you can see that cup and handle kind of in 1 hour in 30 minutes, it reaches to the level, fade out, and then all of a sudden, I believe IMUX had a bad news, which hit it before their offering. This is not just the offering. They had a really bad news. I think it was some sort of PR regarding, because these biotech companies, they always have something, trial, they're trying or testing something, and if their test failed, the market really react to their stock price, and that's the case happened. I think IMUX was the only one. There's a few others as well had the same kind of same concept. So IMUX, after that 12 level, it reaches to this massive drop down, and I personally didn't see that it went down because it was an after hour, and obviously a lot of activity happened at the dead count bounce right here in the after hour, the same day on, I believe it's on Thursday after hour, and then the next day, Friday, things were slow. It didn't really made up, and there wasn't much volume to really help these things at least move a little bit higher. Even the bag holder, because when the price dropped that much, we're looking at the people who bought it at the top, the people that are having a wrong mindset, no plan at least. They bought it at the top. They kind of stuck into this action, and what they want to do, you can easily predict what they're gonna do. If they're smart enough, they will cut it on for the loss at that level, or if they have more buying power, they buy more, which that's the case for a lot of day traders like us, that we can take advantage of that, because we don't have a position on this, and then once the stock plunge like 80% or something, you can really catch that, dead cat bounce, because there will be a lot of activity just right after it reaches to the new low or something. But for this one, it was insane. The action was very unexpected to, not really too unexpected, but this is what it is. This is the cycle. I see that all the time happening. Failure, drop, offering, a lot of offerings actually happening. Recently, last week was crazy. The week for offering, all the stocks that I've been seeing, they had some offering. They execute their offering, and that's it. They just want to cash out. The company needs money. The company right now, they need money. They rely to their stock. So this is the case right now. Not a lot of company having the hope that their stock's gonna moon or go to the moon or something. So you got to keep that in mind. And then that drop down. This stock is actually not lower float, so massive drop down at 10. A lot of spread, but less liquidity. And I'm surprised that this could really run back up at least to some sort of higher level to 4. But as you guys can really expect it, that was enough for just some mercy exit for a lot of traders, because the people that bought it at the top, they're hoping to have a mercy exit, or they're hoping to at least get something back, and this is the level that they realize, oh, this is not going to work out, let's cut it. So you can kind of see that if this is your pattern and this is the area, and it's failing, and there's no new buyer, there's no one's really interested to buy this, and it's only trading between bag holders. This is pretty much what happened with IMUX, was trading between bag holders. They're fighting, and there's like some new buyers probably just want to scalp few, and that's it. I mean, it's pretty it's a choppy trend, and you don't really want to get into this level. You can see that volume profile here. It's just insane. The purple line it's a POC I have, so it's just not really it shows a lot of activity at that level, and you can see that before this action really happened, it wasn't enough to at the beginning. I think it's a pre-market Friday. That's it. Didn't really made it out. So what I'm looking is for IMUX on the next week, same pattern to the same level. I don't think IMUX really can make a new low after this, unless we are gonna see they have some sort of offering or something. I think IMUX they do have an offering, but they couldn't execute it. I believe yes, they do have an offering, and their offering is yes, they do have an offering for 500,000 share, almost a 600,000 share. I have it here. You guys can take a look at it. This is their offering. It's in place still. So they probably gonna pump this back up to a certain level to dump their offering. That possibly happen. And yeah. So the next stock that we have is we have ASTI. This was a really interesting stock, because they really deal with the government. They have some contract with the government. and that's why it hit the news scanner and just pumped. I think this stock is no, it's not an IPO. It's definitely one of those really interesting one. Technical side, it's great for short. Lot of short activity happened after the stock really halted up, and then crushed down, and then had another action. So what I'm interested in this one is the stock is mid float, and it really run like a micro float, and it does have the huge spread. And I think if they do have an offering of 100 million. So if their company is really looking to, you gotta look at the fundamental at some level too. At some point, you need to understand how to combine them. That's what I teach in my one-on-one session. How to really read those, how to combine those. It really helps you to level up your trading. So I think with that offering, they're gonna pump this up for another move, in my opinion, for the upcoming week. So we shall see how this plays out. I mean, not a lot of volume, obviously, but stock that can easily, halt up, halt down, and get fade out based on these 2 days chart. So I'm expecting another action on this one before they execute their offering. Next one that we have is QNRX. QNRX, one of those really great power hour play. I personally had a great time with this before market open on I think it was a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday that we played this. Unfortunately, I was expecting this to really place the way that I expected once they have this PR and on Tuesday, and they had this really action at the market open, very weak action, but this stock really holds its gain to the VWAP, and then not really a lot of action consolidation towards this VWAP, and then power hour. The stock was really promising, and my trend line, as you guys can see, was there, and the stock had this news. Actually, they came out with this PR, something regarding pharmaceutical focused on rare and orphan disease. And that was a good news for the company, and that was the only stock that has only good news. So my expectation that day was just I see more action on this, but I do not looking for a home run. I don't look for stock that really run like the stocks that ran on like few months back, or like May, or last year, or anything like that. I don't expect that, because I adapt myself to the market condition, and I know that this is just you gotta be scale out, you gotta scale in and out, and take your profit as much as just quick as possible. But for this one, the power hour really plays out. Unfortunately, it didn't really go to the $4. I really expected to at least hit this topper resistance 356, but 328, and then fade out the huge seller. And I would expect this to kind of, I know it's very fade out, it's very low level right now. So I think if we don't have anything new for the upcoming week, which is rare, we're gonna see more new tickers. This can be a back pocket watch list. Have this on your watch and see if you guys see more activities on this one, and maybe you can trade it again. So I would personally look for trading this if it's really reach out to this 1,000 EMA above and $3 again. It would be a very nice trade if we can really see more volume on this. So anyway, the next and last one for day trading, AMPX, top winner for the past few. I believe AMPX was
a runner from, yes, from Wednesday. Steady. I called it out in the channel. We all played it, and I hope that you guys took your profit, the area that I mentioned, because the stock was already ran up, and then it was a time to pull back, and you don't want to really stock to the pullback. You want to be happy with your profit, and then if you see another, reaction, if there's another pattern shaping, another setup, you go for another round if you want to. So MPX really great play. Over 80% insider ownership. A lot of volatility, especially on Friday. I saw this one really reach to the max, $12. Great call. They have this news. They have this catalyst. They're gonna have a conference meeting on October 26th. So you can, based on the news. That's why you have to understand the news. Based on the news, you kind of can really see this thing will hold up at some level, and then pump again. So that's my expectation. That's what I'm looking to see if this is gonna really happen. This is gonna run up again. Possibly can really reach to 13 level on Monday, I would say, or Tuesday. Most likely Monday we will see some action on this. If not, it's gonna really fade out and go back to certain previous resistance on Tuesday. I think it was $9 area, 938. So you should expect that this to really plays out again. And that's it. That's about it for the day trading watch list. I'm gonna send this to your email as I mentioned, and then we're gonna go for swings. GEO. I think this is, yeah, since we call it, it's up 67% from our call, the first call. And it's been a great swing trade for me personally. I still have this, and I like this stock, and I think based on the news that it has regarding their Michael Berry investment, so this really plays out from that time. It doesn't necessarily means that it can really go to really crazy number to the moon, or you should really gamble this. It's wrong. That's not a mindset you should have. So GEO, based on fundamental, I'm looking for new 13F that coming out to see if institutional, how are they holding this, how many we're talking. So based on that, I can make decision. But this is a great area to take your profit if you're swing. We had this from $7, so great play. If you think this is the right time to take your profit, by all means take your profit. You don't want to get stuck to the earning also, but keep that in mind. There are cash positive. Their incomes are positive. So this is the only company that I have seen so far. It's been really positive fundamentally. A technical, there's nothing else that you can say about the technical. This is purely fundamental play. I still like it. I am going to partially take my profit and then add it back if I see a reason for for it to really play it again. And the last one and the least, Snapchat. I don't usually calls out really most mega cap or large cap stock, but a Snap was one of those stock that I personally wanted to never had attention to it, and then it just came down to the to the below level of $10, and it's in my criteria to trade it. And I like that after the really bad earning. I think their earnings was regarding their ad. Meta has the same issue. Their ad revenue
It's not providing much of their income anymore. So this is really bad for all these software companies and SaaS, basically social media word, or big tech that are saying. It's just you gotta understand, purely technical. I have a pure technical swing idea on this one. I think we're gonna see probably a little bit of action for day trade towards next week, but it is very possible for this thing to really crack down the 733 new low to the lower level. And as you guys can see, we never, I mean, snap never had that had below that support. This is a new low for snap. It's been struggling. Snap has been really bad. But technical part, we're day traders. We don't care about the company, what they do, what they're not doing. So you have to have that mindset. You don't have to marry the stock. If your goal is to swing it, swing the technical, swing that small fundamental that is going on, and don't really marry the stock and be like, oh no, just because I love snap I'm gonna invest or trade. That's not ideal. That's a wrong mentality. It's not a smart money advice, and you gotta keep that in mind. And yeah, snap, I think we're gonna see more activity towards next week, and I like this in terms of kind of like swinging it for a few days and then trade it again. But we shall see. Stock can really go back down more, or if you're seeing that really there's nothing on the upside, you can short it. But I do not suggest this, because that's shorting for not anyone. Like not anyone, like for it's not for beginner traders. You should always understand how the shorting works. However, this stock is on ETB. ETB stands for easy to borrow, so everyone can really trade on the short side on most of their platforms. Even TD Ameritrade offer short on this. So yeah, keep that in mind. That's it. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Great recap that we have. I hope this really helps you out. I do try to really encourage you guys and help you guys as much as I can. I do, as you guys see, I've been commenting in the channel, try to find the best stock for all of us, because I personally trade too. So it's something that I want to encourage people to learn and gain knowledge and be better at it. Your success is it's very important to me, so I do love to see our members are successful with their trades, or they made money out of any trade that they made. If you're making a mistake, if you're struggling, reach out to me. Book me a call. Let's jump on a call. Let's see what's going on with you. What type of strategy that you use? What are the mistakes that you made? I'll talk to you. Walk into you. We're gonna walk into it and discuss farther and see what's the best strategy for you. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna call it here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to educate yourself. Study as much as you can. I will finish the course soon. We're gonna launch it to all members, and hopefully you guys can benefit from that as well. Take care, team. Talk to you guys on Monday.